Hi friends, today we are going to see the past year NEET questions for the chapter Human Health and Diseases. Today in this video we will cover part 6. Now let's begin with the first question, which was asked in the year 1996 and repeated in 99. Chemically, an antibody is dash. Okay, so we know antibody is a glycoprotein. It's a carbohydrate plus protein compound. So you don't have glycoprotein here, but you can simply mention it is protein. Antibodies are specific proteins that are synthesized by the host in response to an antigenic stimuli. All the antibody molecules are immunoglobulins, but all immunoglobulins are not antibodies. So here you have a picture to your, down, which talks about the antibody structure. You have a light chain, heavy chain, you have a carbohydrate, then you have disulfide bonds, you have antigen which binds to the antibody, you have the antigen within the antigen bond. So it acts like a receptor to get the antigen binded to its surface. Therefore, chemically an antibody is a protein. Next question here. If a certain person shows production of interferons in his body, the chances are that he has got an infection of dash. Very easy question this is. Say interferons are produced when there is a viral infection, right? So this is the clue. Out of the 4 options, identify which infection is by virus, and then therefore that is the answer. Typhoid is caused by Salmonella typhi, it's a bacteria. Malaria is caused by a protozoan named as Plasmodium, therefore it is not a viral disease. Measles is caused by virus, while tetanus is again caused by bacteria, Clostridium tetani. So out of the 4 options, measles is a viral infection. So the clue is interferons are produced only during viral infections. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option B, measles. Measles is a viral disease. Next question. Hypersensitivity to an allergen is associated with dash. Now, to tell it in common terms, you call it as allergy, right? You have 2 types of sensitivity. One is hyper or one is hypo. Okay. So hypersensitivity to an allergen is associated with the immune system. That is, certain food habits or certain anything that you breathe, or there's pollutants in the air, anything which you're allergic to it means that your immune system is acting on it. Okay, it's not perfectly functioning. I already told you about autoimmune system and all. So allergy is a condition where they think it's a non-self cells and they start acting against it. So you call that functioning of the immune system as aberrant functioning of the immune mechanism. Allergy means all kinds of untoward reactions manifested in the body due to the hypersensitivity of substances what are called as allergens. Allergy reactions occur due to the liberation of histamine by the tissue cells. So allergy can be exhibited by any form in the body. It can be formed like bulges in your body, or it can be rashes. It can be, the exhibition of the allergy can be in different form. So it's basically because of the histamine that is released from your body, and they will be in high or low level. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option A. Next question. Interferons are dash. Very easy question, right? What are interferons? They are the ones which are produced during a viral infection. The right answer is option A. They are antiviral proteins. Next question. Passive immunity was discovered by dash. Okay, this is a direct question. Okay. Let's analyze the 4 options that is given here. Let's move on to first to Robert Koch. He's associated with the Koch postulates, right? Determining whether the given microorganism is pathogenic or not. Louis Pasteur experimentally proved that life originated from the pre-existing life. While Emil von Behring, he was a German physiologist who received the 1901 Nobel Prize for the Physiology and Medicine, or Medicine. So who discovered passive immunity is Edward Jenner. Okay, passive is the immunity that you get as you grow, the immunity that you acquire. Innate is you are born with it. Okay, next question. Which of the following diseases is due to the allergic reaction? So goiter is associated with thyroid. Skin cancer, enteric fever, all these are not due to allergens, but they are basically diseases or disorders. So hay fever, you must have heard. People, when they inhale pollen grains or any other allergens, they get this fever. So the following disease which is due to allergic reaction is hay fever, and that is due to some fungal spore sensitivity, which is allergic disease, and sometimes the symptoms might be bronchial asthma and skin rash. Also with the increase of eosinophils. So whenever there's an allergic reaction, how can you test this? The number of the eosinophils will increase in the body, it seems. So the eosinophil count will seem to be then the normal level. So they identify the person has got some allergy. And apart from that, IgE will also be an increased level in your body. Okay, so these two, when they give you a blood test, when they ask you for a blood test or test, these two levels be in high levels. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option C. Next question. A cell-coded protein formed in response to the infection with the most animal viruses is dash. And this question was asked in the year 1994. Okay. A special defense system works specially against viral infections, and you know who contributes for it. It is the interferons. Right? Cells invaded by the virus produce an antiviral protein which is called as interferon. The latter is released from the infected cell on reaching the nearby non-infected cell to make it more resistant for the viral infection. And that is called as a defensive mechanism from the interferon part. It's not only trying to safeguard, but also making the other cells with more resistance so that they can manage that viral infection. Therefore, a cell-coded protein formed in response to an infection in most animal viruses. See, when you have the keyword viruses, it's very understood, it's interferon. Next question. Now look at this question here. Obstacle to the large-scale transplantation of organs. And this question was asked in the year 1994. So what do you think will be the answer here? We already know when we transplant, that is, we are taking an organ from a donor and we are giving it for the receiver. So what happens here is the biggest obstacle that they have is their immune response, because the body will easily recognize it is not their self organ, and there might be rejections. So it is the immunological rejection of the foreign bodies. Okay, the major obstacle in transplantation of organs is that the recipient body does not accept the donors. So there's a lot of tests before they go for a transplantation. They go for blood tests, they go for everything. They even check for serum globulins. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option B. Next question here. Cells involved in the immune mechanism are dash. So eosinophils, basophils, all these are a part of lymphocytes. Erythrocytes are the RBCs. They are not involved in the immune system. Thrombocytes, eosinophils, they are all part of the lymphocytes. Therefore, the cells involved in the immune response or the immune mechanism together as a whole, you call it as lymphocytes, and they are classified as B and T lymphocytes. B stands because it is derived from bone marrow, and T stands because it is derived from thymus. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option B. Next question here. Match the following sexually transmitted disease with their causative agent and select the right option. Okay, you just have to analyze the columns 1 and 2. Gonorrhea, it goes with Neisseria. A comes here. Neisseria causes gonorrhea. Syphilis is caused by Treponema pallidum. AIDS is caused by HIV. Genital warts is caused because of human papilloma virus. This is 3 and this is 4. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option D. Next question. Which of the following statement is not true for cancer cells in relation to mutations? So you have to analyze the statements here. Mutation is a proto-oncogenes accelerate the cell cycle. No. Mutations destroy the telomerase inhibitor. No. Mutations inactive the cell control. Mutations inhibit the production of telomerase. So telomerase is an enzyme, and that will be inhibited because of the mutations that occur. So telomerase production is increased in cancer. Telomerase has been examined in hundreds of studies as a potentially sensitive biomarker for screening the early cancer detection, prognosis, and monitoring the indication of residual diseases. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option D. Next question here. HIV that causes AIDS first starts destroying the dash. we already know what the answer is. See, when compared to B and T lymphocytes, the T helper cells are the most predominant immune part of your body. When they get damaged, I'm sure the body will slowly weaken and the body will be subjected to all kind of infections. So always remember, more than B, T lymphocytes are very important when it comes to immune response. So it is the helper T lymphocytes which is the answer. Okay, yeah, therefore the right answer is option B. Next question here. Which of the following viruses is not transferred through semen of an infected male? So we know it is HIV, Ebola virus, hepatitis B, all transfer through the semen. The only virus which does not transfer through a semen is the chikungunya virus. It's arbovirus transmitted by the mosquito. So it's a vector-borne disease, right? It's a vector-borne disease. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option B. Next question here. At which stage of HIV infection does one usually show symptoms of AIDS? Okay, so it's not within the 15 days and all. When the infected retrovirus is not the answer. When HIV damages large number of helper T lymphocytes, the person will become very less immune. He'll start losing weight and he'll be prone to a lot of secondary infections in the body. So automatically the person will recognize something is wrong, and that will be the first symptom that the person shows. AIDS is a stage of HIV infection that occurs when one immune system is badly damaged and one becomes vulnerable to infections and infection-related cancer, which is called as opportunistic infections. Why it is termed as opportunistic infection? If you see, the person's immune system is totally suppressed. So it paves to be an opportunity for the other infections that are residing in the ecosystem to gain entry into the host very easily. That is why they call that as opportunistic infection. Therefore, the right answer is option C. Next question here. Which one of the following is not the property of the cancerous cells, whereas the remaining three are? Okay, you have to analyze the statements here. They compete with normal cells, that is right. They do not remain confined in an area, yes, that is right. They divide in an uncontrolled manner, that is also right about cancer. They show contact inhibition. Contact inhibition is a property of the normal cell and not the cancer cell. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option D. Okay, so with this we complete the part 6 of human health and diseases. Hope to meet you in the next part of the same chapter. Thank you.